Welcome in my YouTube channel Simple Machine chapter. Simple Machine is a device which make our works fast, easy and in safe way. A simple machine is a mechanical device that changes the direction or magnitude of a force. They are the simplest mechanisms known that can use leverage, or mechanical advantage, to increase force. The benefits of simple machines are many. They can reduce the amount of force needed to do work. This is because the simple machine multiplies the force applied to it. For example, a lever can be used to lift a heavy object with a much smaller force than would be required if the object were lifted directly. Change the direction of force. This can be useful for moving objects around corners or for applying force in a specific direction. For example, a pulley can be used to lift an object up and over an obstacle. Increase the speed of work. This is because the simple machine can move the object over a shorter distance with the same amount of force. For example, a wheel and axle can be used to turn a heavy object more quickly than if the object were turned directly. Save time and energy. By reducing the amount of force needed to do work and by increasing the speed of work, simple machines can save us time and energy. Make work easier. Simple machines can make work easier by reducing the amount of physical effort required. This can be especially helpful for people who are physically weak or who have disabilities. Improve safety. Simple machines can help to improve safety by reducing the risk of injury. For example, a ramp can be used to make it easier to enter and exit a building, which can help to prevent falls. Simple machines are essential for our everyday lives. They make our work easier, save us time and energy, and improve safety. We use them in many different ways, from opening doors to lifting heavy objects. Without simple machines, our lives would be much more difficult. Different types of simple machines are: the inclined plane. An inclined plane is a flat surface that slants upwards. It is used to raise objects to a higher level by making the distance over which the object is moved longer. The longer the inclined plane, the less force is required to move the object. The lever. A lever is a rigid bar that pivots around a point called the fulcrum. The fulcrum is the point where the force is applied to the lever. The lever can be used to increase force by increasing the distance between the fulcrum and the load. The wedge. A wedge is a simple machine that is made up of two inclined planes joined together. It is used to split objects or to hold objects together. The wedge can be used to increase force by increasing the angle of the inclined planes. The wheel and axle. A wheel and axle is a simple machine that consists of a wheel and an axle that are attached together. The wheel is the rotating part of the machine, and the axle is the central shaft that the wheel rotates around. The wheel and axle can be used to increase force by increasing the radius of the wheel. The pulley. A pulley is a simple machine that consists of a wheel with a groove in it. A rope or cable is passed through the groove, and the object to be moved is attached to the rope or cable. The pulley can be used to change the direction of force or to lift an object to a higher level. The screw. A screw is a simple machine that consists of a spiral groove that is cut into a cylinder. A screw can be used to hold objects together or to raise an object to a higher level. The screw can be used to increase force by increasing the distance between the threads of the screw. Here are some specific examples of why we use simple machines. We use inclined planes to move heavy objects up and down. The inclined plane makes it easier to move the object by increasing the distance over which it is moved, which reduces the force required to move it. We use levers to pry objects open or to lift objects. The lever multiplies the force applied to it, which makes it easier to move the object. We use wedges to split objects or to hold objects together. The wedge is made up of two inclined planes that are joined together, and the force is applied to the sharp edge of the wedge. The sharper the edge, the less force is required to split the object. We use wheels and axles to turn objects or to move objects over a distance. The wheel and axle multiplies the force applied to it, which makes it easier to turn the object or to move it over a distance. We use pulleys to lift objects to a higher level or to change the direction of force. The pulley changes the direction of force, which makes it easier to lift the object or to move it in a specific direction. We use screws to hold objects together or to raise objects to a higher level. The screw multiplies the force applied to it, which makes it easier to hold the objects together or to raise the object. These are just a few examples of why we use simple machines. There are many other ways in which we use simple machines without even realizing it. Simple machines are an essential part of our world, and they make our lives much easier. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe my channel.